It's week 3 in the NFL, and there are tons of quarterback injuries. So to help us out, I brought in a fantasy football expert and Thursday night preview. Guys, let's get ready to spread them.
The money keep calling my name. Hey, hey, dollar signs make you sing.
Mike Vivalo, who has been called the Jimmy Fallon of sports, is joining us today, and we're going to talk about some Thursday night previews. But first, I need to know, how are you feeling? I know you're a Giants fan, going 0-2 to start this season, Mike.
Listen, the bar was low, Ash. The bar was low going into this season. I am just excited that we showed some fight in that Dallas game, that we scored 37 points for the first time, and I can remember we threw some deep shots, and we had these talented receivers catch the ball. So there's some flashes of hope and some excitement. As a fan of the last couple of years, I'm realistic in thinking that we're not competing, I don't think, for the grand prize, but just the little flashes of hope is what we can take away from that. But we should have won that game. We could have been, if we were 1-1 going into the home opener against the Chiefs this week, it would be a different vibe for sure. But there's still some hope. I think there's some flashes of some offense there.
Yeah, I mean, I did really find myself as an Eagles fan oddly cheering for the Giants, even though I put money on the Cowboys. I just loved the story. It was such a great game. I'm here for it. And who knows, maybe I will even cheer for the Giants again against the Chiefs. We will see later on. We will. I'm not going to say I'm definitely going to cheer for him, but it's a maybe. I know. Our little riff, Eagles,
I don't know.
Giants
I don't know what kind
riff.
of juju you're on the side. I don't know what kind of juju we're going to get from you.
Listen, Eagles fans get a tough rap, but we do still love football, and we love a good game, and that was a great game. So I'll give it to you. But before we get into both of our teams, we got to talk Thursday night football. So the Dolphins are going to be going to the Bills.
Yeah.
The Bills spread is now minus 12.5, favoring the Bills, obviously. I mean, it's the Dolphins. But, the Bills are going to be without 2 star defensive players. They're out without the linebacker Matt Milano and defensive tackle Ed Oliver. They're going to miss this game. Do you think that really will play anything on the point spread, since clearly I think the Bills are going to win here? But
I mean, it's probably already built in a little bit. No, I don't think. The only thing that might come into play here is the short week. So how that affects the high-powered, Bills offense. The Dolphins actually put up some points against New England last week. I do still take the Bills here in a runaway. It's probably like a 20-point game, honestly. But there could be some kind of like short week situation that maybe they're tired or something like that, and Josh Allen doesn't run like he usually does potentially. But no, I like the Bills.
And you like them to cover the spread of 12.5 points, because you're saying 20. You're saying they're going to put 20? Well, then that's your first spread them, because if a team is favored to win and they're going to cover the spread, we spread them. So there you go.
Let's do it.
By the way, shout out to your grocery store shirt. I love it. I tried to find mine, but Bonnie hid my packages. Yes. I love my...
you see I have Dexter there and Dexter here. This is Dexter Lorange. So it's Dexter Lawrence, but as a orange.
I love it. It's so cute. I'm going to wear my
available at grocerystars.com.
Broccoli. Yeah, Grocery Stars.
Okay.
What? Why'd you say okay? Don't you get sassy?
Because
with me,
I
sir?
loved the Saquon. I love Saquon and the Saquon character.
Saquon.
You get to love him.
I know. Oh, is that why you're just so jealous? Because we have your Barkley. He listen, he needed to win something. He was with you guys for so long. Don't you feel happy for him? You don't, do you? You don't at all. There's zero love. Okay.
Why are we doing
enough.
this? Why are we doing this?
I'm going to get you a Saquon Barkley Eagles jersey for your birthday. Don't you worry. So let's go into another team that is wildly overmatched. We have the Browns hosting the Packers. The Packers are looking spot on great. I mean, I thought maybe week 1 was a fluke, but then week 2 they came out even stronger. I mean, the Browns, they're struggling. What do you think about this matchup? The point spread is 8.5 points favoring the Packers.
I think we're spreading them again. I'm taking the Packers. I'm taking the Packers big. I think the Browns are a mess, and I think the Packers are clicking, and it could be the time for Jordan Love to make a big splash this season. Packers look really good.
I know. I'm actually so surprised. I mean, I could see them going all the way. Maybe like it's already they're.
Packers
if
look
you
good.
got them, yeah. I mean, their Super Bowl odds have been gotten higher and higher there. Now we are going to see Joe Flacco, or what do you think of Shedeur Sanders?
There's so much nonsense around him, so much gossip about what he is and what he isn't in the locker room, in the quarterback room, and on the field. So I don't think we'll see him anytime soon. We might see him kind of like rookie type of like low-picked rookies that play towards the end of the season when the season's already over, sort of out of hand. When the Browns are 2-10, we might see Shedeur, or if there's an injury. But I mean, he's a non-factor. He's just a name right now for kind of like a story in the NFL. I don't think he's a factor
I don't
in the gameplay.
I agree with you. I don't think we'll see much of him until probably later on in the season, or if there's more injuries, who knows. But I think he needs to observe what it's like to be in the NFL, because you come from college where your dad is a superstar. You're kind of idolized all throughout college. I'm sure everyone kind of kissed his tushy. So I think that he needs a little bit of humble pie, and he's getting it. And I think that he could be good next year. I think we'll see a bit of him, like you said, later on this year. But somebody we have to talk about that we've seen a lot of. Don't be sad, but I'm going to talk about Daniel Jones right now. Okay. The Colts Titans. Oh, I knew you were going to be so grumpy about this one. All right. Titans are hosting the Colts, and the Colts are a 4.5-point favorite with their star quarterback, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes.
Oh. Why are you doing this to me? Why? You get pleasure out of this? We have to talk about it. I know. I know. Oh, God. We have to talk about it. He's having a good start. The Colts O-line is fantastic. They're just, highly regarded. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor has taken advantage of that in his first couple years in that offense. They haven't done much as far as like winning and playoffs, so I don't know exactly who they are just yet or what their schedule looks like. And the Titans have another rookie QB. They have a rookie QB, so they're going to be they're kind of in this rebuilding
Cam
year.
Ward.
So this is I think it's a great line. Would you say it's 4.5?
Cam Ward.
I'm seeing 3.5. Are you seeing 4.5?
You have 3.5. I have 4.5. The spread probably has changed since, but it is 4.5 today. So
yeah.
I mean,
I think this is moving. I have 82% coming in on the Colts.
Yeah, I mean that is something. When the line is so skewed, the spread's either going to change or. Somehow Vegas will get theirs. But I do really, really like the Colts here, and I like them to cover. I think 4.5 is still low, even though the Titans are home. I mean, Cam Ward, rookie quarterback, he still needs to figure things out. I think later on in the season, though, again, we'll see something different. But he did have some tough teams to go against. But to me, it's without a question.
He's making plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is making plays.
Same. I'm with you here. Yeah.
You are?
4.5. Cam's making plays. I don't think it's enough to beat a well-disciplined offense like the Colts are showing. So I have this as a touchdown game. So give me the Colts going in there. 3.5. Oh, sorry, 4.5. Yeah, I'll take 4.5. I'll lay 4.5.
You like 4.5 on that one? Let's talk about quarterbacks. So basically, the Bengals and the Vikings are dealing with some quarterback injuries. Obviously, we have Joe Burrow out with the turf toe for 3 months, and the Vikings are going to be probably putting in Carson Wentz, my old QB, who I don't really believe much of, but I do think he makes one heck of a great backup quarterback. I don't think he's a star anymore, but I think he can definitely hold his own against the Bengals. So
this is a real tough one because also Aaron Jones has been announced. He's out, so the backup running back is now in for Minnesota. So it's a tough one. I think the Bengals offense, they probably obviously went down a rung with Jake Browning instead of instead of Burrow, but they still had an epic comeback in that game, and Browning looked like comfortable. I think the offensive system is still there, so you might be 90 or 85% or 80% of Burrow. I think it's still plenty to beat a Carson Wentz-led Vikings team with Jordan Mason as the running back. So like fantasy-wise, Jordan Mason actually is probably a good pickup or a good play. But I give you the Bengals. What is it? What do you got? 2.5? Because I have Bengals.
I have Bengals +3, but 2.5 is it.
+3.
You can always shop
All day.
around. I always tell people, listen, as a
All
woman,
day.
I love to shop. Okay, right? So I shop my point spreads to see which is favoring my best odds. So little sale, So you got it on sale.
If you can get Bengals +3, yeah. If you can get Bengals +3, buy that all day, all day,
okay.
all day.
I like those. Yeah, I mean, it is going to be. I know this matchup is a little banged up, but I do think it's going to make for an interesting one. I kind of want to see what these quarterbacks kind of have. So Drake Browning.
Yeah, it's interesting for kind of weird reasons.
It is. It is. Another quarterback that has been doing pretty well, but then last week not so well. Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers at the Patriots. The Steelers are a 1.5 point favorite away. Listen, I'm not sure about Rodgers. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Tough game.
I don't know. This game is really a coin toss to me. Maybe is this one we talk about over-unders? It's the total's 44.5. You think I don't know. I feel like it could go
oof. Yeah, it's just tough all around. I actually believe. I kind of believe in the Patriots. I think they're getting their act together the last 2 weeks, settling in. It's going to be close. I think the line is right at 1.5. I'm taking the Patriots at home, getting the point and a half. But this game I really don't love. If you had to really push me, I'm probably not even going to touch this game. But I'll take the Patriots getting the 1.5 at home. Tough this early in the season to understand what's going on here.
Yeah, I can't make out what Rodgers still has. Like, I know he was so fueled the first week. Then the second week, I was like, and now it's like, I really don't know what we're going to get. So with this game, I don't know that I'm going to put it in my pick six. So I kind of wanted your opinion, and you just solidified that. I think it's a player prop for me. I'm going to have to ask our fantasy football experts some help on that game later. So Rams at Eagles, my Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, listen, I'm gonna take this one before you go ahead and just destroy my Philadelphia Eagles. I'm gonna say Eagles by 1 million. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. Both these teams are 2-0, and last season the Eagles won both of their games, one regular season, one playoff game, and the first regular season game they won 37-20. Barkley got 255 yards, 2 TDs. And then in the postseason, totaling everything, 460 rushing yards and 4 TDs, anytime touchdown. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, I think, are such a good player prop bet here because Hurts is running and he's doing his tush push, which we will get to. I know you have so many thoughts on the tush push, don't you?
I don't like it. I think it's going to get banned. It looks it's just annoying right now. I think there's a lot of weird stuff going on. The camera angles, the zoom in, you see the guards moving before the snap. It's all weird sort of stuff. I'm not here to debate rules, but I mean, I don't like the Eagles at all, but so I definitely don't like that as their signature thing. However, being a gambling man, there's really no week that exists that Jalen Hurts anytime is not on the table. So I'll go with you there. What I see happening with the Eagles is they're going to be able to win games. I don't like their passing game hasn't been anything special, but they find ways to win games. Their offense and their defensive line are so good. You saw what they did last week to the Chiefs. They didn't score a ton of points, but they find ways to win games. So I am taking the Eagles at home. I'm laying the 3.5 because they're going to win. They find ways to win games, and there could be times where, all of a sudden A.J. Brown hits a deep ball. All of a sudden Devonta Smith hits a deep ball. That's going to happen at some point this season. So maybe now week 3 when they get settled, but they're going to find ways to win games. So I'm very scared of the Eagles overall and for the season. And I hate to say that, but I'm very scared of the Eagles all season.
I agree with you. I see us winning the division. I don't know that I see us going all the way to. stop being so grumpy because we stole Saquon Barkley from you. No, but I will say this. I do see us winning the division. I'm sorry, but I do. But I don't see us going all the way. I really don't. And that's as an Eagles fan. I think Jalen Hurts is just our best running back. I mean, really, he is. He's the best running back we have, and he's supposed to be a quarterback. So he's just a runner. And
he's really not,
that can only last so long. I know. But that can only last so long. He's going to the tush push is the hardest thing on a quarterback. I mean, and the O-line. I mean, everybody gets crazy injured. Yeah. And so the fact that you guys want to take it away, everyone can do it. It's an easy play to do. Everyone should do it. I don't know why more teams are so afraid of it. Maybe it's just because our quarterback is willing to take the hit. He
It's a good point. I mean, it's not a bad point, but he's a big old boy.
He is. I mean, I'd love to see the Cardinals, Kyler Murray try and do a tush push. Just adorable.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you are liking my Philadelphia Eagles. I just wanted to hear this right. I just thought we should say this again. So you like the Philadelphia Eagles to win and cover?
I do. Are we the same on every game so far?
We kind of are. So far, so good. Yeah, and I'm sure we're going to be the same on this next one.
Okay.
The Bucs hosting the New York Jets. I mean, okay, you're a Giants fan, but as a New York fan, do you ever support the Jets here when your team is not playing, or do you know?
No. I can care less about the Jets. Same thing as the Mets. The only time I would ever even care about the Jets or the Mets is if they're in the conference finals of the playoffs, and I'm like, oh my God, these teams can't win because I can't take a crosstown rival, a crosstown team winning like the whole thing. But I can care less during the season. But I still in my my gambling mind, I'm going to pick what I think, and I'm looking at these teams. I think the Jets are terrible. I think the Bucs are going to are awesome this year. So I mean, for me, this is easy. I have 6.5, so that hook is really important. If you can get to 6.5,
that is important.
Very important.
Yeah, I have seen it at 6.5, and I've seen it at 7. I will shop for 6.5 as well. If it's 7. Oof, how are we feeling? Let's just do it for people that see it at 7.
I guess I'd have to do it. I guess I'd have to do it again. I guess I'd have to take the Bucs at 7, -7, but I'm jumping on it -6.5. Like that's a huge half point in my opinion.
Oh, it is. If not,
even though there's a world where they won by right or a half point. There's a world where the Bucs blow them out, but that 6.5 is big. This week, that's the biggest half point I'm seeing in the whole week. Is that half point right there?
Yeah, I mean, they played great on the road, and now they're home. It's home field advantage. I really do think has something to be said for it. So, I agree with you. I think I like the Bucs, and I'm going to spread them.
Are we agreeing too much?
We are, except for this next game. I'm sure we're going to part ways when I talk about your New York Giants hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. -6.5 Chiefs. Who are we liking? I'm so curious. I mean, you are a money person, so what are we thinking? I mean, the fact that the Chiefs are 0-2. Mahomes has never been 0-2 in his career.
Yeah. There's some weird stuff with this one. I'll tell you the weird factors. The Chiefs week 1, week 2, they didn't look like the same old Chiefs, right? They're sputtering a little bit. Their O-line is not as good. Mahomes is kind of making plays on the run, but he makes a ton of plays. He always has. He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. He's always going to make a ton of plays. On the other side, the Giants committed 21 penalties, 14 of which were accepted for 160 yards. So if you do that against Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid-led team, you're dead in the water. So. But we also scored 37 points, and we had a lot of deep balls. So which Giants team are we getting? Don't know. I will take the 6.5 points just because there's the possibility of a better offense the Giants have, the possibility of fixing those mistakes in week 3 or coming off that terrible game with all those penalties, and the fact that the Chiefs might not be the same team that they're used to. Makes a perfect stew to take 6.5. Now, again, if we can get a half point and get 7, I'll take that.
You got 6.5. I saw 6. But if you saw 6.5, then that's pretty. I mean, then that means the spreads are always going to move up and
Yeah,
down a lot.
it's
so.
right around there.
Yeah,
They're not going to give us a half point to go
know,
to 7. That's not happening.
I want to believe in the New York Giants. I really do. But I think the Chiefs have so much to prove, and Mahomes especially, and Travis Kelce especially. So I am going to probably separate from you here and say I actually think that the Chiefs Chiefs minus 6.5 is probably a better bet. I think they're going to win, but I don't think they're going to crush
I don't
them.
even want you rooting for the Giants. Good. I don't want you rooting
for the Giants. Well, I mean, fine. I don't know. Listen, I'll go back and forth, and I'm going to study the lines, and I'm going to get closer to the game.
I'm happy with your pick.
Who knows what we'll take.
Be happy with your Chiefs. I hope you're very happy.
I feel like we're having our first fight of the hour.
But you have a soft spot for Andy Reid. I know you.
I love Andy. He's so adorable. As you know, I was Andy Reid for Halloween, and I've never been hit on more with a mustache and a belly and glasses. I just remember Pauly Shore being like, "Let me see you without that mustache," and I was like, "No, it's part of my look."
That's amazing.
I had so much fun dressing up as Andy Reid, and I tried to get Big Dom to show Andy my my pictures. All right. One last matchup I gotta get you before I let you go. Monday Night Football, Lions at Ravens. Ravens 4.5-point favorite at home. Such an epic matchup. I couldn't let you go without talking about this one because this is
game of the week.
Must
game
watch.
of the week.
Yeah.
Game of the week. Yep, must watch. Game of the week. All great. All the top names and players in this one. Teams that are going to be there in January, definitely. I'm taking the Lions 4.5. They have a lot of pieces that I think are able to mix it up and game plan. The Lions have been a juggernaut for the last 2 years. They're high-powered offense. I like it high scoring. It's going to be in the 30s, high 30s. Let me see, 4.5. Let me see. The Lions can cover or win. Let's in like the 37, 34 type of range. Take it or leave it. If they win or lose, that's still covering. So something like that. Monday night, settle in, watch a great game with very complete teams on both sides of the ball.
I agree with you. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. I like the over. It's 51.5 points. I think that is definitely where I'm going to go. I mean, talk about points. The Ravens put up 40 week one,
Same.
41 week two. The Lions put up 52 points. Alone, they could almost cover the spread separately. So this easy over for me. I am so torn on this game. I do think the Ravens at home I slightly like more.
It's a lot of points, though. That's a lot of points.
It is. 4.5 is a lot. I do think it's probably going to come down to a field goal. And somebody even mentioned to me earlier today at Newsweek that they thought that it could be overtime, and I thought that's actually a very good point. It could be an overtime game. I mean, I might sprinkle a little bit on
it's going to be high scoring
on that as well. Yeah, I know. I agree. Well, I can't wait to watch it.
I like that you took. I think the over there is a smart move.
Yeah, I think you're going to take the over, too. I can already see it in your eyes that you're going to start putting money on the over.
Yeah. Too much agreeing with you today.
Oh, my God, I know. It's crazy. Well, on that note, I will let you go. Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. And everybody, check out grocerystars.com because he makes the best fun sweatshirts of players and grocery items. So thank you so much for joining us, Mike. And
thank you. Ash, anytime. Thank you for the shout out. Appreciate it. Appreciate Newsweek Sports. Thanks for having me on. Let's do it again. Go Giants. And
go Birds.
You're welcome for Saquon.
And now it's time to talk a little fantasy football. Joining us, we have the senior fantasy football analyst for Sports Illustrated and host of Locked On Dynasty podcast, Michael Fabiano. Thank you for joining us.
What's going on? Glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you. Listen, it has been a up and down whirlwind for everybody in fantasy football. We have so many injuries. We all need your expertise. So I'm glad you're joining us.
Yeah, you know what? We're all going to school. I mean, it's 2 weeks into the season, and there's a lot that we have to learn.
Yep.
So to be honest with you, I am right there along everybody out there who's trying to set their lineups, just learning and seeing what defenses are good or bad against what positions, et cetera. But it's been a rough start for a lot of players, especially some of these high-end wide receivers and the rookie running backs too.
Now, how many fantasy leagues are you in, out of curiosity?
It's too many. It's I try to cut down every year, and it never works out. So I think between my dynasty leagues, my redraft leagues, and best ball, probably around 20. But I have friends who are legit in like 40 or more. And
How do they even keep up?
I don't know. I have no idea. You can't have a social life. I mean, I don't have a social life, and I only have 20 leagues right now. I don't know how you do it.
Social life either. So.
It's tough. I don't believe that whatsoever, but okay.
Well, if you ever need anyone to help, I will sub in and gladly take over one of your fantasy leagues.
Yeah, I could use it.
Yeah, I'll help. But I mean, until then, I need your help. So let's talk about some quarterbacks for, the Joe Burrow injury and the Vikings. Who are we replacing? Who's a good person to pick up on the wire? Like, I need some expertise in QBs.
Quarterback's a mess right now.
I know.
Because Burrow's out for probably the season. Yep. Justin Fields actually just got ruled out, so he's not going to play for the Jets, which means Tyrod Taylor will get the start. Brock Purdy is out. There are J.J. McCarthy, and I got to be honest with you, not for nothing, but like I'm kind of happy he's not playing because he was killing my Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson shares. He played decent in 1 of 8 quarters, and I'm already kind of worried about him. So Carson Wentz gets the start. Jaden Daniels is banged up, so Marcus Mariota might get the start. The quarterback that I want off the waiver wire is probably Daniel Jones, but at this point, I don't know that he's there. I always say that the only thing predictable about the NFL is that it's unpredictable. And the fact that Daniel Jones is the second best quarterback after 2 weeks is just proof that the NFL is always drunk. It's like, well, you got to be kidding me. So if he's out there, I'd want to get him. Jake Browning is another player that I like. He'll be the quarterback of a very high-powered offense. And when he started 7 games in 23 when Burrow was hurt, he averaged right around 19 points per game, which is really good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So those are a couple of the guys that I'd be looking to get off the waiver wire. But Daniel Jones would be.
Daniel Jones.
I still. It's so crazy that I'm saying that. Yeah. Daniel Jones has been good the first 2 weeks. Very good.
He's one of the. Didn't he get one of the most points from any quarterback last week and the week before?
Week 1, he had almost 30.
Wow.
And then last week, he had, I believe it was over 20 or close to 20 against Denver, and Denver's defense is good.
I know.
So, that's why I thought, I'm like, the first week he played against Miami, they suck. I don't believe it yet.
Right.
And then he made me a believer. Fantasy football people, we're all about immediate gratification, and we're all neurotic. But after a guy has 2 good games like that in a row, I'm like, all right, I got to put in a claim for him. And if I have, one of the quarterbacks who aren't playing this week, I'm putting Daniel Jones in. It's crazy.
Would you swap him maybe with like an Aaron Rodgers? Because I don't think, after watching what Aaron Rodgers did week 2, I would. Yes, I would move him.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, he had the 4 touchdowns in week 1, a little revenge game narrative going on against the Jets. Yeah. And then last week he did nothing against Seattle. So I'd rather, to be quite honest with you, I'd rather have Daniel Jones and Jake Browning over Aaron Rodgers.
And Sam Darnold, I would even rather him, believe it or not, over
Sam Darnold. He's had a bad start to the season. I do like him this week. He's got New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans' defense is not any good. But when Sam Darnold left Minnesota, that was the end of him being a high-end QB1.
Well, it's just because he had such an amazing team surrounding him. It wasn't him. I've never liked him from the Jets. I remember when he was on the Jets, and I will say this until the cows come home. Every time I see Sam Darnold, I think of ghosts. I see ghosts. So, his
he was a total
one-liner.
system quarterback last year. That's why a lot of people, including myself, thought J.J. McCarthy, could thrive. And maybe he still will. But
I think maybe he was up late with the baby. I don't know. He just had a baby. So, and it was
you're
only
telling
his
me
second
that
ever
dude
start.
can't get a nanny. He's making dough. He could get a nanny. It's fine.
I'm trying to give him a little bit of credit. It was only his second start, and
I get it. I know.
Not a good game. It was not a good game.
Fantasy managers are neurotic, man. We're like, oh my god. It's more about like that. JJ has hurt Justin Jefferson's value and T.J. Hawkinson.
Yes,
that's where
Agreed.
I'm more concerned.
Agreed.
Jefferson's not even in the top 20. among wide receivers after TJ Hawkinson has been horrible for 2 weeks. And it ain't about Hawkinson. It's about the offense. And that's why I'm thinking when you go back to Kirk Cousins, veteran quarterback came in, thrived in this system.
Who is
and then Sam
benched
Darnold.
right now?
Jets, stunk. Panthers, stunk. Back up in San Francisco, goes to Minnesota, veteran quarterback, top 10 fantasy option. Maybe Carson Wentz is next. I'm hoping.
He might be. But speaking of replacing quarterbacks, so Joe Burrow not being out, how will that change Jamar Chase and T. Higgins' points, their value? I mean, is that going to change your position?
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, is that
worth? Jake Browning is a good quarterback. He's good, but he's not Joe Burrow.
Right.
And, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase could probably, finish each other's sentences at this point. They've played together at LSU. And in 23, when Burrow got hurt, Jamar Chase dropped about 6 points per game on average. That's massive. T. Higgins averaged about 13 points per game. But where he was drafted, that's not really great. It's okay, but it's not great. The Bengals now, that team is not going to be nearly as explosive. Jamar Chase was the number 1 overall pick, consensus in fantasy. Mm-hmm. And I like to joke because I'm a little superstitious and I talk about trends and curses and stuff like that, whether you believe it or not. But in the last 5 years, every player who was drafted first overall has either gotten hurt, saw their numbers decline, or both. And now I wonder, Jamar had 403 points last year, which he was never going to have. He had 17 touchdowns last year, which was never going to happen again. But if he drops 100 points, 130 points because Burrow's out, he's going to join that list of number 1 overall picks who did not live up to expectation.
I have had many people asking me, should I keep believing in Jamar Chase? Should I swap him now and try and get better players?
You can't. You got to play him.
No, you got to keep him. I mean,
listen, it stinks, but you got to play him.
Yeah. I mean, with the dynasty leagues, you're able to kind of trade. So maybe he'd be worth value to get other quarterbacks or to get other wide receivers and get other running backs to really secure, because considering that's where the injuries always lie in. And I mean, but you say we got to keep Jamar Chase. And
in dynasty, I mean, even in redraft, if I'll say this, if I have Jamar Chase and I decide I want to make an offer for Malik Neighbors, or CeeDee Lamb, Monroe St. Brown,
oh yeah,
I might be doing it now. Whereas a week ago, I wouldn't do that. But now, knowing what I know about Browning, and again, good quarterback, but he's not Joe Burrow.
He's not Joe Burrow, yeah.
I might be interested in making a move like that. At running back, I mean, I don't know what you're going to get for Jamar. I'd want Bijan. I'd want, Barkley. I'd want a high-end running back. I don't know if people are willing to give that up, though, because running backs at that high level are a lot harder to find.
Now, I would like to ask you, so you're a Cowboys fan, which I still don't know how that happened.
Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And your Cowboys are going to be playing the Bears. Now, is there any person or what do you like here for this game? Is there any player or defense or something you're going to pull from this matchup? And any advice?
I got to be honest with you. I kind of like everybody because both defenses stink.
Yeah.
The Cowboys let 450 passing yards go from Russell Wilson, who's, 100 years old. Okay, he's not that old, but you get my drift. Wan'Dale Robinson had a massive game.
Yep.
Neighbors is great, so every week, he puts up good numbers.
Yep.
But the Cowboys defense is garbage. And, Deron Bland is out, so that's even worse. And the Bears defense last week gave up 5 touchdowns to Jared Goff. The total in this game is 50. So
49
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
It's I'm starting Dak. I'm starting Javonte Williams. Holy cow, Javonte Williams. I'm starting CeeDee Lamb. I'm starting Jake Ferguson. I'm starting Caleb. I'm starting Swift. I'm starting Odunze, who's been awesome. I'm starting DJ Moore. That's probably the extent of it. I'm not starting the defenses, that's for sure. Unless you're high on turnovers, maybe you do with that. But there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. So a lot of the offensive assets are, and I think the Cowboys lose this game. I'm going to name drop one of my buddies is Seth Rollins, who's the world heavyweight champion in the WWE right now. And he's a big Bears fan. And I actually met him in Chicago at Soldier Field in 2014. The Cowboys were playing. Tony Romo was the quarterback. And we were texting back and forth today and yesterday. And I told him, I'm like, bro, you're going to win. You're at home. And, he loves the Bears, but he hates football because the Bears always disappoint him. I'm telling you, I says, dude, you're going to get your first win. The Cowboys are on the road. Their defense is garbage. I think this is the week that you win. And so I think the Bears are going to win the game. I think that it's like a point and a half. I think the Bears are favored by a point.
Yeah. Point and 5. Yeah. It's pretty much a pick 'em.
It's close.
It's a pick 'em.
It's almost
much.
right. It's basically a pick 'em. I think the Bears at home will win that game.
Okay.
But I think there's going to be a lot of points scored from a fantasy standpoint.
I do like that. I mean, I do like taking the over here, and I appreciate your advice so much on all the players, because you're right. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and your knowledge of fantasy is perfect in the world of gambling, because I'm going to use this for some player props as well later on. So I do appreciate you. It does. It all overlaps.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get you back on again soon, because your knowledge is incredible. So thank you, Michael, so much for joining us here, and we'll definitely get you back on again soon.
Anytime.
So, thank you. Thanks to Mike and Michael for joining us on Spread'em. We got to talk about Ashley's pick 6. So I did take the Bucs at +2.5. We didn't even need the points. They won, and we got the W on that one. So we ended up having a 3-3 record. We're going to get them next week in the positive, though. I can feel it. So tune in on Friday, where I'm going to be giving you Ashley's pick 6. And don't forget, like, subscribe, give us a follow, and comment. I love to see your comments. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to spread them.
The money keep calling my name. Dollar signs make you sing.